Starker, go home.
Hey,
Welcome in.
welcome in, everybody.
Mark, Nick, David. Clint's not here because we can't all.
We just can't get it
we
together.
can't coalesce at the same time, man.
We can't get it together, man.
Can I tell you guys that not being on those bonus episodes with y'all, but getting to go and listen to those as like an audience member, as a true member of the audience, and just experience those as if I wasn't on the show was awesome.
Did it bring you immense joy?
It did. Like I was listening to them, and I was thoroughly entertained. Like y'all are so entertaining.
Do you know
Maybe
that?
I should just leave the show.
David
and just
knows
let y'all
we're
do it.
entertaining.
Like the story.
Which one?
The story about you using that I text you about you using AI
Yeah.
to try to cheat.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
And your rule book was 10 years old.
Yeah, the funny when I forgot that my rowboat was 10 years old, and that was the last thing I talked about. So, oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all.
Your rule book was 10 years old.
That's good. Yeah, when I finally saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. But I don't know. I guess
Oh God.
It's something like track and field. You don't think they change the rule book that often, but you'd be surprised.
Yeah. Well, there's so many rules too because it's track and field.
Good grief.
There's so many different events. And so many
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that would have messed you up that bad.
I know,
That
right?
it would have changed
But it definitely did.
that much. It made you miss that many questions.
And you made the point. He made the point. All right, so you got to pay $80 to take this test. You got to go through all this to do the test, get certified, for this
Pennies.
for $2,000 that they split over a 12-month check.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is ridiculous. All the hoops they make you jump through just to,
Yeah.
just for $2,000.
Well, and that's in our school. That's in your system and our system.
Yes.
In some systems, you're really well compensated.
Some systems.
Some systems.
Maybe
Some systems.
Maybe they'll roll over to our system soon. Probably not. Probably not.
I'm actually gonna look it up.
I like your Cubs jersey.
No thanks.
Who's on the back of it?
Um,
Let's show the audience right here.
Who is that? What's his name?
Seizure.
Seizure.
That,
What? Oh wait, hold on. Turn that back around. What is that name?
Skizzer.
It's Polish.
SZZZUR. SZCZUR.
Seizure.
Seizure. Yep.
It's got to be seizure.
Yep.
It's one of the best sports stories I've ever heard in my whole life.
Well, listen, I don't even know who this person is. I'd love to hear it.
He overcame his epilepsy.
No, he gave up his
That was terrible. That's horrible.
It was not great, but
That's
it was funny.
That,
That's
yeah,
so
just
bad.
the hoops you have to jump through. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, it's really not worth it. I mean, you really have to want to do it real bad and love doing it because it's really not worth doing.
Well, it comes down to the kids, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to them wanting to do it for them. But I mean, for you, money wise, and all you
Yeah.
had to go through, I mean, it's just really not.
I'd rather let a guy with a brick in his hand punch me in the stomach a few times.
Caesar. that's that
Caesar?
guy's name, yeah.
Okay.
Seizure.
It's really one of the best sports stories I've ever heard. It's almost to the point of that little kid having, Brady's number tattooed on his brain during brain surgery. I mean, it's that type of story. It was really good.
Oh my gosh.
That happened?
Do you coach girls and boys track?
Yes.
Do you know what your supplement would be in a system nearby? If
What would that be?
$10,000.
Really?
If you it's $5,000 for boys, $5,000 for girls.
Okay, that's awesome.
And you got 2,000? You making 2,000? See, it's almost not worth doing. Especially after you took the test 18
I
times.
know.
Okay,
17, but
okay,
it's
hold on.
counting.
Let's do your supplements. Let's do your supplements if you. Okay, so those two sports. You don't coach a winter sport, right?
Indoor track.
You do coach indoor track. They do not have. There is not an indoor
It's
track.
not a lot of love for indoor.
I mean, how could it be that different, that disparaging? I mean, look like state needs to do something about
Oh
that.
no, there's a $2,500 indoor track supplement, and then you're an assistant varsity football coach. It'd either be 3,000 or 4,000. So you could make what is that? 12,500. So $15,500 in supplements if you were in this other school system. My golf supplement, instead of being 1,400, would be 5,000.
Would be.
If I were in this school system.
Oh, that's
the golf supplement in this system is 5,000. Wow. The wrestling supplement 6,500. That's insane.
Is this system in Jefferson County?
No.
At all.
If you have
Go
9+ years of experience and you are the head football coach, do you know what your supplement is in this system? I'm not going to name the system, but it's 20 grand. Woo!
Jinkies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, $20,000 with 9+ years of experience.
I've done all year long of being a head coach. I've done the football head coach. I've done basketball head coach, for junior high teams, and I've done head track coach all the same year.
Golly,
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much, especially for a dude who's got 5 kids and
Yeah, I mean, two is almost too much.
It really is.
Yeah, really. I mean,
I was really hoping that we're going to have like not many kids that wanted to do indoor this year, so I could just take a little breathing time. Wasn't the case, but that's okay.
Because you're already working 2 jobs anyway.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, you're working two full-time jobs almost.
so they have an athletic director supplement, and then they have a separate athletic compliance officer supplement. Interesting.
What it is.
So there's a compliance supplement and then an athletic director supplement. Yeah.
One day it ain't gonna matter though.
Yeah, it's just money. It is.
Did y'all see where, was it Chip Kelly left? Went to
Yes.
Ohio State?
I have not heard that.
Yeah.
Took the offensive coordinator's job at Ohio State.
Really?
Left UCLA.
Wow.
Have you seen how many coaches are leaving just college in general to go to the NFL because they don't want to deal with the transfer portal?
It's
and
ridiculous.
NIL?
The whole system's
That's the
ridiculous.
system.
And wait a minute, was it Beckham took a head job? Odell Beckham took a head job somewhere?
Did he?
Football job?
Senior?
At college?
No.
Senior or
Yeah,
junior?
I think so.
No. Actually? Hold on.
Took a Rutgers or somewhere like that.
Senior or junior?
Oh, was there 2 of them?
Well, you got Odell Beckham Senior.
Well, I don't know
Odell
what
Beckham
he
Jr.
does. He's not the NFL player.
Odell Beckham Jr. still with the Ravens.
Well, who took a head football job somewhere like that? A player like that? Was it Rutgers?
No, Rutgers is Greg Schiano. That's who's
Oh, look
coaching
at
at
you go.
Rutgers. Huh?
Pretty knowledgeable on head coaches in college.
Who?
You.
I love it. I love studying it, man.
You do.
I love studying it. Odell Beckham
I don't
Sr.
spend a lot of time on that stuff.
Football scoop, man. It's
Like
great.
I'll sit around and listen to like other coaches and the guys talk about this guy's there, that guy's there, and I'm just like, oh well.
Well, it changes so much.
It
It's
changes
almost
so
not
much. It ain't worth
it's not
keeping
worth-
up with.
yeah, it's not worth
Especially
keeping-
nowadays, with the way college is going. You know what the sad part about it is all the NIL stuff's it's already creeping down into high school.
Yeah, it is. There's some states that have gone ahead and just legalized it.
Georgia's doing it right now.
Louisiana, I think, has already done it, as well as
Alabama's
Texas.
going to be on their way. We might be like the rest of the things that happen in this nation, probably last to do it,
Yeah.
but we'll do it eventually.
Yeah, we'll cave under the pressure. But I don't know, man. It's kind of sad when you think about
Sad.
how there's a high school athlete that could potentially make more money than the coach coaching him. I mean, it's already that way in college.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Mike Loxley basically came out and said, what do you do when your third string tailback comes up to you and says he wants $100,000 or he's entering the portal? Like, how do you handle that situation?
Well, my first instinct was to say, see you later.
Yeah.
But then
mine
you
too.
start trying to think about the future.
Yeah.
He's probably going to develop and be good one day, and am I missing out on this money? Is this going to
We just got to come up with the money.
Well, his point is like, where did that number come from? Like, how did that kid get that
Well,
number?
he'd probably go to Ohio State and make that. Just
Sure, he knows.
Yeah. Where are they getting
Probably
all?
got buddies at different universities. Like, hey, I can. They say they can get you this if you come here.
So Ohio State's paying all the money. I mean, I thought it was supposed to be Texas and Texas A&M that had all the money. Where's Ohio State get all this money?
Well, I didn't know this. Apparently, Ohio State has one of the largest fan bases in all of college sports.
Well, it's the largest. It's the largest campus. Like, there's more people go there than any other campus in the country, right? Student wise.
Let's see.
I mean, it used to be, what, 35,000, 40,000, something like that.
Man, that's kind of
50,000.
Yeah,
50,000. But see, that was years ago.
Yeah.
That's 50,000 undergraduates, 15,000 graduate students.
So is that the most? Is that the largest?
That's 65,000
Is that the
students
most?
at any given
That's a
time.
lot of
I don't
kids.
know. It's a lot, though.
Well, it used to be.
Founded with a focus on various agricultural and mechanical disciplines, Ohio State developed into a comprehensive university under the direction of then Governor Rutherford B. Hayes, who would eventually become the president.
Yeah, I just thought it was. I
Wow.
thought Texas A&M was supposed to have all the money, but it seems like Ohio State's got all of it
It
now.
has it has a $7.4 billion endowment.
Wowzers.
Holy crap! I mean, for a public university that isn't a private Ivy League school, that's pretty intense. Ohio State's football program is valued as of 2017 at $1.5 billion.
Well, they got all the players. They got them all now.
Yeah, they do.
They have, holy crap, there's 7,000 academic staff and 27,000 administrative staff that work for the university.
Wow. Ryan Day creeps me out too.
He does creep me out. I get weird vibes from Ron Day.
Yeah.
Really weird vibes from Ron Day. I don't know, man. I can't.
He seems like he would be like the guy that handled some weird important task for the old Pirates back in swashbuckling days.
He just seems like
Just a weird
a
fellow.
like a used car salesman that is unknowingly a proxy in some sort of money laundering scheme for a drug cartel.
For the
like he
for the
knows he's
Pirates.
doing something illegal, but he's not smart enough to fully comprehend what he's doing.
Well, that's a good movie plot.
Yeah. I'm sure that movie's been made before. That's why I'm saying it. But that's what he looks like to me. He looks like the dumb idiot that's a part of this money laundering scheme and doesn't realize it.
I can see him playing like a pirate and wearing like having a parrot on his shoulder with a bandana and
I can see that too.
like him and Mike Leach, rest of soul.
Yeah, I like Mike Leach though. I think Mike Leach was. I think Ryan Day's a really good recruiter and manager.
Man, he seems to be doing everything right.
They'll probably win it next year, given there's much talent. If they don't win the national championship next year with as much talent as they have that they brought in via the transfer portal, then yeah, he's a choke artist.
I mean, I don't know. You
Can
know
I
how
say
coaching
that?
is. One of the biggest things about coaching is getting your guys to develop chemistry, no matter how
Buy-in.
good they
Culture.
are. Culture and chemistry, big time play.
How'd you feel about that that little spat between him and between Ryan Day and Lou Holtz this year?
Oh yeah. I laughed at it.
Who'd you side with on that?
Taking no sides, just
Did
sitting
you
back
see
and
that?
enjoying the
Yeah,
ride.
I remember something happened, but what was it? What caused it?
I think
Well, Lou Holtz was just talking smack about
I think
it.
Lou Holtz, big Notre Dame guy.
Because I remember him coming out after a game and saying something. Did somebody ask him a question and told him he said it or said something?
I think Lou
and
Holtz.
he replied it to it.
Let's see what Sports Illustrated has to say. By the way, Sports Illustrated not around anymore.
They finally went under. Well, they
Fired a
sold it,
bunch of
didn't
people.
They
Did
fired everybody, not a bunch of people, everybody.
Well, how many people pick up a magazine?
The Buckeyes scored, blah, blah, blah. But one opinion prior to kickoff went viral from former Notre Dame coach Lou Holtz due to comments made on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN. In these comments, Holtz not only said that Notre Dame is a better football team than Ohio State, but opted to call out Buckeyes head coach Ryan Day as well. Quote, you look at Coach Ryan Day, he's lost to Alabama. He's lost to Georgia. He's lost to Clemson.
That's pretty good.
And Michigan twice.
keep going. Keep
That's a
going.
good Holtz, man.
That's pretty good.
That
Keep
is
going.
good.
And everybody beats him because they're more physical than Ohio State. It's a
That's good.
It's apparent that Day took these comments personally and responded back by calling out Holtz in a post-game interview. I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now, Day said on NBC. What he said about our team, I can't believe. This is a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio. It's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio against the world. But I'll tell you what, I love those kids. We got a tough team. Dude, like, why'd you make a mountain out of a molehill with Lou Holtz? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I
mean, but then again, Lou Holtz, like, what do you got to talk about Notre Dame for? I mean, I see both sides, but,
Well, I mean, it was only a 17-14 victory for Ohio State in that game.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It was a good game. I watched it. It was good.
yeah.
I like Lou Holtz, but I can see Ryan Day doing. I've done the same thing Ryan Day did. Lou Holtz said that about my team.
Yeah.
But I mean, but here's my thing. People are going to say that about your team regardless. Why? Like, what do you get out of attacking an old retired coach that said something on the Pat McAfee show?
Maybe you just wanted to hear him talk like that again.
Like,
Maybe wanted to stir some fires up just so you can hear some more Lou Holtz material,
like I don't know, man. Like if you're going to get mad at an old retired coach for saying your team's not tough,
we got to take up for your team.
You do. You got to take up for him.
yeah, but it's like that would be like me calling out a kid on the sideline at a high school football game because that kid said my team was.
Well, sometimes you're just in that mood. I am. I mean, sometimes you say, I'm going to shoot back. Sometimes I won't. But I'm just in that mood. Yeah, I'm going to shoot back. I'm going to give it to you.
Now, if it's
as bad as I can give it to you.
If it's another current college head coach, I can understand that kind of response. But, like, I mean, Lou Holtz is a retired TV pundit. He hadn't coached a football game in 20 years.
I would have enjoyed it a lot more if Ryan Day would have said something like, hey, could somebody get Lou Holtz a warm glass of milk and a blankie and put him to sleep?
That would have been awesome.
And then that'd be it.
That would have been That's awesome. That's the appropriate response.
It was.
What happened to Lou Holtz and Mark May and that show they used to have? Was that CBS?
That was ESPN.
I mean, they were on, and all of a sudden they were just gone. I don't know what.
What was that called?
I remember that.
I used to watch them.
God, what was that called?
They do a lot of experimentation over there at ESPN.
But I don't think it was ESPN. They were on. Was it?
I think it was ESPN. Yeah.
They were just all of a sudden gone. They weren't there anymore. So. Of course, ESPN let go a bunch of people there at one time.
Well, that's true.
What's the name of the?
I think that was after
NBA, the white NBA female reporter that was like real famous, or I don't know. She was real big with the players. Like they really liked her a lot.
Yeah, I know she's on a lot of times on Fox now.
But the reason why she left ESPN was because they were trying to push her out.
Tafoya? Michelle Tafoya?
No. Because she's like, she's Hispanic somehow. But no, they were trying to push this. I can't remember her name. She white. Was it Rachel something? I don't know. They tried to push her out to get the black Marie. Was it Maria? Marie? What's the one that Nick Saban fired off and said something to?
Maria Taylor.
Taylor. Okay. They were trying to get her in as more of like a diverse sideline reporter or whatever, But they came to her, and we're trying to get her to this is going to be her first time to do the NBA Finals, and it was real big for her, She was really pumped about it, and they came to her and tried to get her to hand it off to Maria Taylor, and she was like, no. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
and they tried to convince her that this was better for America. This was going to be more. She was like, no.
It was in.
And then they ended up getting rid of her.
It was in 20, right, when that happened? When all of the racial riots and protests.
Yeah.
From
it was all surrounding that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was basically a PR move.
Right.
And she said, I've worked my entire career for this. It's not that I disagree with your. And this is from what I got. She's like, I don't disagree with you saying that there needs to be more representation of a minority female in this type of situation. But she said, I've worked my entire career to get to this point.
Right.
Not that Maria didn't earn this, but I've been doing this longer. I deserve it more than she does. I have more merit behind me doing it than she does from I've worked
from
for
a professional standpoint.
Yeah. Not, she's the right color type of standpoint, and I'm the wrong type of color, race, ridiculous. Whatever you want to call it. So
get real, people.
Well, it's like Sage Steele. I mean, the whole Sage Steele situation, right? Y'all remember Sage Steele?
I remember. I don't know. I didn't know
on
there was
ESPN.
controversy surrounding any of that.
Yeah, she
the one that
she was on SportsCenter for a while.
She wasn't the one that replaced what's her name? This with Fox now, Erin Andrews.
No, it's
No.
Ponder, isn't it?
Yeah, Elizabeth Ponder. Sage Steele
Samantha
is
Ponder.
is Sage Steele's mixed.
Okay, yeah.
I think she's
Yeah, I
mixed.
mean, I
She's
remember
either
Sage
African American or she's mixed. On October 5th, 2021, Steele was suspended with pay by ESPN for remarks she made on Jay Cutler's podcast about COVID-19 vaccine mandates. She also made comments about women who dress in a way she feels is provocative, and Barack Obama calling himself black even though he, like Steele, has a white mother. Steele issued an apology, but she eventually filed a lawsuit against ESPN in April of 2022, alleging that the network had retaliated against her in the months following the suspension. Steele's suit accused ESPN of taking opportunities away from her and steadily degrading her career, alleging that her free speech rights were curtailed based on her personal opinions through ESPN's retaliation against her for comments she made as a private citizen. They settled the lawsuit in August 2023, but she left the network.
Yeah.
So,
Can't speak your mind no more.
yeah, I think it's safe to say that ESPN wants a certain type of person on their show
It's entertainment
with
man.
a certain type of
Just
belief
like
system.
Putting on a sitcom, you know, you want to try to appease the audience.
Well, you want to. Is it the audience they're trying to appease,
Yeah.
or are they trying to influence the audience?
Oh, both.
I don't really think they're trying to appease the audience as much as they're trying to influence the audience.
Yeah, both.
I honestly don't think the audience cares much one way or the
Full
other.
scale manipulation attack.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just.
I just like to have somebody out there that knows what they're doing
How do
and
y'all
really
feel-
get after it.
How do you feel about the Super Bowl
Well,
or the big game, whatever we're supposed to say?
what time's it kick off? 6?
5:30.
5:30? A couple hours.
How do you feel about that?
Like,
Well,
who,
when
who
this
do I
comes
who
out-
do I think's going to win?
When this comes out, it'll be over with. But I just mean like in general, like do you feel like the Super Bowl is I feel like one of the reasons the NFL's Clint and I've talked about this, the NFL's done like really well the past 2-3 years is
Bringing in nonsense.
they've depoliticized themselves a lot since the Colin Kaepernick situation. Whereas other professional leagues are still
Yeah.
kind of leaning into that.
Yeah.
And the NFL is just kind of like we're all about sports and
I mean, you
goofiness.
still see little crumbs of it
yeah, you do
out
yeah.
there, but they don't magnify it as much as it was.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. What are you asking?
What do you think about it? You like
What I
Super
think
Bowl?
about all
You
that?
like the NFL? You like?
I
Or,
mean-
or are you watching it less and less and less?
I've always watched it less and less, I think. But I will like if I know it's going to be a good game, I'll turn it on.
See,
watch it.
I've watched more NFL this year than I have at any other point. In my
Probably
life.
me too this year, and I don't know. I started out this past year watching a lot less college football than I
Me
normally
too.
do,
Yeah.
but then like kind of grew, and I started watching more and more. But then NFL, like once college was over, weeks off or playoffs, whatever, I was watching more of it, but not that much still.
Yeah.
I keep up with it, but I don't. 5 kids, I gotta do something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want
What
to
do
make
think?
predictions on the game?
I think Brock Purdy is going to play terrible. He's going to throw 2 interceptions. The Chiefs win by 2 touchdowns.
I think the Chiefs win by field goal. I think it's a close game to the end.
I'm just split in my mind about everything because, all right, scenario 1. The NFL is actually rigged. Like a lot of players talk about, a lot of people talk about the NFL's rigged, and they know the outcome before the season starts and who's going to get hurt where, and how this game's going to go. They have it all scripted. If that's the case, well, yeah, Chiefs are definitely going to win. If it's not, they might still win. But I want the 49ers to win.
I love Brock Purdy. I love the players from the 49ers.
I do too.
Nick Bosa, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. What's that left tackle they got?
Yeah.
That's really, really good. I love that
yeah.
guy.
Harris Barton.
No.
No.
His last name Williams?
I think, Trent Williams.
Trent.
Williams, is that it?
Yeah.
Love the players. Hate Kyle Shanahan.
Do you?
Yeah, do not like that guy.
Okay.
He gives me Springville vibes. Like I feel like he
Okay.
could be from Springville, and he's an alcoholic too. So I'm just not really like.
I mean, I'm from
behind
Springville.
all that.
You hate me? No, you cannot ask me to leave. I'm not listening.
So is it rigged, you think? Is it rigged?
I don't know.
I think gambling. I think the gambling money's got too involved in it.
Yeah, once they
It could very easily be rigged.
absolutely.
So I think it's just taking a hold on it. I'm going to be a USFL fan from now on, I think.
Is there
Because
another
I can afford to go to a USFL or a XFL or whatever. What is it now?
UFL.
UFL?
Yeah, I can afford to go to that, but I can't hardly afford to go to a pro game.
Did I miss something? Because I heard about UFL like 2 weeks ago, and I was like,
Looks like it's going to be pretty good.
USFL? The USFL is no more.
The
I have no idea.
The USFL is now a division in the UFL.
So it's XFL and
USFL, that's the two divisions.
Two divisions.
Like the two
And then,
champions are going to play
I
each
love
other in the
that,
first
man.
game.
I think that's great.
But it's 8 teams. It's the UFL now. But like I can afford to go to a UFL game, but like a Super Bowl, I'll never be able to go to a Super Bowl.
What's the cheapest ticket they got?
7,000?
$7,000 is getting in.
Because I can't go. I'll never be able to afford like even just a regular season NFL game. I can't hardly afford to take my family to that. I mean, that's going to be $200, $300, $400 a ticket, right?
Wow.
Just to a regular
That's not
season
that
game.
much.
I mean, so that's going to be. I mean,
Well, no. You could have gone to a Panthers game this year for $20 for 4 people. They were selling $5 a ticket.
Wow.
Okay, well, I might be able to do that.
And now the Panthers
but like,
were 1 in like 18 or whatever.
yeah, well,
they
like
were.
you go to a good. You want to go see a good game, like
Yeah.
Cowboys play in New Orleans or something like that. I mean, that's. Yeah, I can't. I might be able to do that one time in my life, but Super Bowl I'll never be able to go. But I guess the Stallions when they used to be $10 a ticket, right?
Yeah.
That's what I paid to come in the high school game the other night. $10 a ticket.
Yeah.
I paid $30 to come in the basketball game the other night.
Yeah.
Me and my 2 kids, but that's the same as what it charged to go to a UFL game, I guess. Or of course, it may be $20 this year, but I can go to that. But I can't. I'll never be able to go to an NFL game probably. Maybe once.
I've never thought about that, but yeah, I'll probably never be able to afford to go to the Super Bowl.
No, I mean that's no way I can go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Never thought about that.
Oh well.
It's
I don't
not.
care.
It's not. It's out of my league. I mean, I watch it on TV, but I mean, for the middle class working person, it's no. I mean, that's out there.
That's the way they like it. That's the way they like it. That's how they keep it.
It's money, people. I mean, that's
expensive.
capitalism, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just not. I'll never be able to do it. Maybe once.
It really
One
don't.
time, a regular season game.
Don't hurt my feelings. Like I don't even care.
Yeah.
I mean, think about like if you're sitting in your living room and you got your big screen TV and you're looking at it and everything's so clear and sharp and you're right there in somebody's face.
But
you go to a game, you're sitting back over here, you can't see nothing.
But I'd like to be able to go one time if I wanted to go.
Like I would
but-
really like to go with him to a Cowboys game when they're playing the Eagles, or like for him to come with me to an Eagles game when the Eagles are playing the Cowboys.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, I looked
that'd
into
be a good
going to that
experience.
playoff game, and those tickets were like $300 just for a standing ticket, to that playoff game in Dallas. But I'm glad I
That
didn't
you
go.
can save up for and get that.
Yeah.
Like okay,
Yeah, I'll do that one time with my family.
Yeah.
But see, that's once.
Yeah.
To take that trip and go to that game, but I mean, it's one time. I mean, it's not like I can do it a lot.
But the UFL, assuming that, I wonder how much those tickets are.
Well, I'm
because
sure they're going to be more. It's probably going to be more. Like the Stallions, it was $10 a pop.
You want me to look up and see if they're selling tickets for that
It's that UFL, that first game.
Renegade? Yeah,
Yeah,
Renegades
that'd
versus
be a pretty good first game.
When's the
But
season open up?
The first game is
March 15th, somewhere in there. March 20th. Won't be long.
Let's see.
You're gonna try to. I guess the Stallions
April.
are still gonna be playing. at
April
Progressive.
3rd, somewhere around in there. They play the first game in Birmingham.
Yeah, and you said it's a night game, right?
Yeah, it's Memphis
See,
and
that's
Memphis and Stallions. So that'd be fun to
That
go.
would be fun to go to.
Because I can go to that. But take the family.
You definitely have enough space in there. They ain't gonna pack that stadium out.
Well, they're pretty good crowds, but I mean it's good to take kids to because they got room. You're not so packed in there.
You let them jokers run. You can see them.
So you can
Whole
get
time.
season tickets, club seating season tickets on the 50-yard line, starting at $430 a ticket.
How many games they play in a season?
They're going to play. How many home games are they going to play? They're going to play 4.
Five probably. Well, probably. That first game's they'll play 5, won't they? 5 home games.
Yeah, they'll play at least 5.
Yeah. So you said what now? Season tickets for the club level is $430.
Yes.
That ain't bad because it's good football.
And
That
this
ain't
is
bad.
the thing is these seats that I'm looking at are on the 50-yard line. I see one seat right here. It's on the 50-yard line. It is.
See, the club level, you get to go in them where they got all the good food and stuff too, right?
Yeah, all your food is provided, and they're cushioned seat back. They're cushioned seats. You're still out in the open. You're still like in the bowl, but it's roped off, and it's just, the food's included and all that good stuff. But yeah,
good food.
It's slightly better than normal concession stand food. Like if you were to get an end zone ticket, okay, well they're not selling. They're only selling season tickets right now. They're not selling single game tickets.
Well, you just walk up and get your ticket.
Yeah.
Day of the game.
So if you want like in the corner, a season ticket in the corner, it's $110. Starting at $110 in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, who's checking those? Who's stopping you from buying that corner seat then drifting over to the middle?
Nothing.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get those corner seats. We're going to go over to the
But that's outside the club level.
That's what I did last time. We just went set where we wanted to.
There's only 3 sections at club level. I think they like wristband you for the club level. So you got like, they control.
Naturally.
Yeah, they control who gets in and who gets out. But yeah. The UFL, that's crazy.
When's the last time a good wrestling show came to the school over here?
Shoot, I was young.
Been that long?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
I don't know why I thought of that.
Well, I talk to them about that all the time. They need to do it again and how good it was. I mean,
It was awesome.
Who would come put it on now?
I don't know.
Is Mike Jackson still around?
Yeah. I think he's still Alabama junior heavyweight champion. 35, 40 years strong, baby. Still walking them top ropes.
He can put an event on now.
Yeah, he's good.
He can do that.
I never realized, like, when he'd come put those shows on, we were in high school, and you met him, I'd meet him, and, oh, man, this guy's old. You see him, a few years later, he just looks older, but I think he was only, like, in his 40, like, late 40s maybe, but he looked like he was a 70-year-old man.
But I remember watching him in the 70s, early 80s on Continental Championship Wrestling. He would be the referee that would get involved. On there, so he'd been around a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
I think he's still doing it, which is wild to me. Because I remember watching him back in the day and be like, I don't know how many years he's got left. Well, 20 years later, he's still getting after it, apparently.
5 home games. Stallions have 5 home games.
Action Mike Jackson.
I really want to go to that 7 o'clock game because it's a night game. I bet you that atmosphere would be awesome. Did you hear about ESPN and who is it? ESPN, Warner Brothers, and somebody else are forming a joint venture to create their own streaming sports service. ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers are going to all come together, and they're exploring forming a joint venture to launch a streaming sports service in the United States that would open or unveil by the fall of 2024.
Dude, check this. This is great. Murphy, you're going to love this. Action Mike Jackson.
He loves wrestling.
Born in 1949, age 74 years.
Gosh, dang it.
All right. His debut
And could sell glasses to a blind man.
He could. He's good. Born debuted in June 1972. His overall lifetime record. Are you ready for this? 1,949 wins, 11 losses, and 10 ties. I don't even know how you tie in wrestling. I don't get it.
He must have been going back to his high school days in wrestling.
When he puts a show on, he makes sure that he wins.
Well, he's the promoter. He puts it on. So
Wonder what those.
a rock and roll RPM got him one time, huh?
I guess so. Hey, I used to love that rock and roll.
Oh, he was
RPM,
good.
man.
He was a good bad guy. Now.
What song did he come out to? Do you remember?
The heel. He was a good one.
Yeah, he was a good heel. I remember the Dragon Master. I remember coming out of the boys' locker room when it used to be the boys' locker room, and had that Wherever I May Roam by Metallica playing. do-do-do-do-do. And he'd come out and he had that big torch he'd bring out. And he'd get up in the ring, you know, walked out real slow. And then, like, when the first, like, really hard riff of the song came out, dun, 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 and it, like, blew up. Like, he'd spit that fire on that torch, you know, he'd spit that liquid, and it'd blow flames everywhere. I thought that was pretty sweet.
This is right here in Asheville.
Right in that gym right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw it.
Yeah.
That
had
don't
the
stick
Armstrongs.
out in my mind. I remember the Armstrong.
That Bullet
Lord
Bob and the
Humongous was
boys.
here one night.
Yeah.
At like you go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to a game. How much is that gonna cost? If you went and watched Atlanta and New Orleans Saints or something like that, what you gonna pay for a ticket there? I wonder if you just rode over. Cause that'd be the closest place we could just
stadium.
ride over and
I really like that
watch
stadium,
a
by
game.
the
What's
way.
that? If you just
Me and
bought-
Cade went about 3 years ago. Me and Cade went to a Falcons game. They were playing the Rams. That was the season the Rams won the Super Bowl. And one of the dads from old school I coached at told me, he's like, hey, I got tickets to the game Sunday if you want to take your boy. I was like, all right, let's go. But they were like down in like I don't know if you've ever been down there, but there's like a whole club level like on the sideline, like where you're standing down like kind of level
You're
with
in
the
a dugout,
players.
basically.
Yeah, dugout. But there's all kinds of food and stuff.
Is that where you were? That
Yeah,
game? Well,
yeah.
you had it made then.
It was cool.
That game.
It was cool.
I think I mentioned that on a episode or something recently. Somewhere. I can't remember it. Recording too many podcasts. I can't remember
Yeah.
if that was on Dog Talk.
You
or
talking
Talk or
about
Go
basketball, I think.
Home.
when
No,
you were down.
I was talking about
Football?
Football. Yeah, that stadium specifically. You know, I'm going to give props to that guy because that guy, whoever owns the Falcons and that stadium, he specifically keeps food and drink prices low to enhance the fan experience. Like, you can go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and not spend $100 on two people for food. Like, I mean, it's concession stand food, so it's going to be expensive. But, like, if you go to, like, a Cowboys game, you know, you're probably going to spend $50 just to feed two people. Whereas, like, there, you could spend, you know, $25 to $30 to feed two people.
Yeah, those glizzies were on point too.
I can't believe you just said that. I cannot believe it.
I don't know
Hot
what that, I
dogs.
don't know
It was
what
a
that
hot dog.
means.
Nah, these kids
I don't know.
nowadays, man.
I don't know what that means.
So,
I try not to eat anything at an arena. Buy anything at an arena.
really? Why?
I just try because I just try not to. So I usually just go eat somewhere before I go.
When I was there in 2017, we were playing UCF in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. You could get a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a drink for $8, which by stadium standards is fairly cheap.
Well, that's what it's going to cost you in the restaurant, isn't it? Sandwich. and
Almost.
drink.
I mean, it'll be a little bit cheaper. It'd probably be like $5 or $6. So, you know, if you get an end zone seat for the Atlanta Falcons, a season ticket, $1,600.
a season ticket.
Season ticket.
So that's $200 a ticket for the end zone seat. Then they play about 8 home games, right?
Those club seats you were talking about, season ticket club seats for the clubs you were talking about, start at $5,500.
Yikes! Hey, glad I got to go for free. It was good.
Good
food.
experience.
Yeah.
I've been to a preseason Falcons game, but that's the only pro football game I've ever been to.
I
I
don't
think I
think
played the Ravens.
I don't think I've ever been to an NFL game. I've been to an NBA game, never been to an NFL game, never been to an MLB game.
NBA, what NBA games you go to?
Hawks and Wizards
In Atlanta?
in Atlanta. Ticket cost me $10.
Because sometimes the NBA, didn't they play a game in Birmingham? Didn't somebody play a game in Birmingham this year? NBA teams?
No, that was that's the G League.
No, I think two NBA teams come and played a game.
Did they actually?
Yeah, in
How did I
at the
miss
Civic
that?
Center. I mean, that's happened before. They've done that before.
They're playing games in Mexico City now.
But I mean, it was like before, maybe like some kind of preseason thing.
Would y'all
They
ever
did.
go watch a hockey game?
No.
Why?
I hate hockey. I don't like it. I don't understand it. I don't know nothing about it. Now, I've been to hockey games before when I would see the Birmingham team play.
The Bulls?
Like the Bulls, whatever. I've done that
That
before.
was good times. Yeah, Bulls games.
But and they play out in Pelham now, the Birmingham team
Yeah.
out there. I mean, I guess I'd go, but I don't really want to go. I guess if you made me.
Yeah. You don't like the fighting? Like when they just straight up punch each other?
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, that is the best part.
I like hockey. Hey, when we're kids, man, we used to.
But if you could promise me there's going to be a good fight, yeah. But if there's not, then
They're usually that's like, most people, the only reason they watch NASCAR is to watch the crash.
Can you believe what I'm about to tell you right here? When I was a kid, mid '90s, there was a street hockey league in Shoal Creek Valley, Alabama.
Bull crap.
Yep.
Enlighten us.
Well, it's just a bunch of us dudes, man. It grew. I don't know. It started with like Jay and Jeremy Watson and Mark and Matthew Sanders, and we
I love it when you talk about yourself in the third person.
Yeah, we just kept growing. I don't know. Like we had rollerblades and we had hockey sticks, and we'd go out and play on the tennis court at Greensport Baptist Church, and we had goals and everything. We got after it. It was fun times. Until that one time, do you remember a guy named Daniel Zering? That joker reared back one time, and he slap shotted my shin with a hockey stick. Oh, God. That was painful. It curled me up on the court, man.
Daniel who?
Zering. Z-I.
Did he go to Asheville?
Yeah.
Sometime? Zering.
He was over at the little Alpha Ranch.
I may.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
I'd have to look at some pictures and stuff. Yeah, I'm probably more excited about where we would go eat before the game than it would be the game. Hockey.
Hey, let's look at some.
We went as a youth group one time as a church. Went to a hockey game. That was fun. And we used to take youth group trips to watch WWE wrestling, WCW, back in the 90s. That was fun.
They're already selling Super Bowl 59 ticket packages already.
Where's it? Where's it going to be?
New Orleans. Because I'm on here trying to see how much a suite would cost me for tonight, and they've already started selling priority access parking passes and everything for, like, Caesars Superdome, New Orleans, private seating, luxury suite access, priority access. Holy crap.
If you got put on an island somewhere and were told that you had to live there the rest of your life and you could only take, a certain item of food and a certain beverage, what would you take?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings and what to drink?
Water.
That's good. I'm definitely taking water myself. I don't know about the food, though.
I don't know. That's hard. Probably pizza. Pizza and water.
You're going to carbo load in case you need.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of energy for short amounts of time.
You're going to need it on that island. You got nowhere to go.
I mean, but I've got meat on the pizza in the form of pepperoni.
No other meats?
You
don't want to throw a little sausage, a little bacon on there? Maybe a little beef?
Definitely sausage. I don't know about, but definitely not ham.
Where's the beef?
I'm anti-ham on pizza.
Really?
It's too chewy, man.
I guess it's all in how they cook it.
I
feel you, though. No, but I like it. I like it.
Definitely sausage and pepperoni, though. And then, the bread and the cheese, carbs. The sauce. Get my vegetables in the form of the sauce.
Yeah.
Water's got to be my drink. Water's got to be my drink.
I mean, I'm kind of down with chicken wings, man. That sounds good.
Chicken wings does sound good, but that's
what if it was
chicken
on,
gets old real fast.
They're not going to let you take multiple flavors. What? Use a normal wing?
Yeah,
just normal wings?
Wing, yeah.
No sauce?
I'm going to fix me some next weekend for the Daytona 500.
Okay. No sauce, though? You don't toss in the sauce?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. What kind of sauce?
Just Frank's. Frank's, Tabasco.
Just some kind of hot sauce?
Yeah, hot sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we can get some club-level seats for the Super Bowl tonight, starting at $12,870.
Let's do it.
Pennies.
So who wants to sell their car?
I don't think
that's
mine's worth
5
that
cars.
much.
12 divided by 5.
I'd sell all my cars.
All right, who wants to sell some property?
It's crazy.
I could sell my
Not
car.
worth it, man. Not worth it.
No, that's insane. Hold on, let's see what sideline level access. Oh, dude, I'd rather do that then. Sideline level only starts at 7,200.
You won't be able to see nothing.
Yeah.
Rear ends.
Man, the only thing I seen the whole time was just sweaty butt cracks. And some guy had a brown stain in the back of his pants.
Now that I think about it, that might be worth $7,000.
It might be.
Let's see how much a suite would start at. Hey, we can get a suite.
I'm saying
This
20.
is a club level suite
20
for you're close, $15,830. And there's only
So
two
you can
tickets
get
left.
a suite for $15,000.
What's
That
the most
sounds cheap to
expensive
me.
ticket? What's the most expensive ticket to the Super Bowl this year?
Right now, it is a suite, but it's not per ticket. It's $2 million
For
the top of the line suite, but you get 20 tickets.
20 tickets.
So what's $2 million divided by 20?
It's $200,000, eh?
something like that.
Something like that.
That's pretty quick, wasn't it?
I don't think
That
that's
was.
right. Is it?
I think he's
gotta
right.
be.
I think he's right.
I think there's a
200,000.
one.
He's definitely right.
10 times
Man, all you
200,000
do
is
is add
$2
a-
million, isn't it?
Yeah, all you do is add a zero on
It's
it.
$2 million divided by 20.
Yeah, he's right. 200.
It's $100,000 a ticket.
Like I said, 100.
I told y'all there had to be
Oh,
a
he's at
one in
20.
there.
Yeah, he was doing
I was
10
thinking
tickets.
10.
He was doing 10
Yeah.
tickets.
10. She's a 10.
10. Hey, that's
Why
still.
was I thinking 10 for?
I don't know. 20 tickets, $100,000 a ticket. So there you
That
go.
was easy math. 20 tickets. You had to do some really a lot of thinking for 10.
Yeah, 100 grand person.
a
That's,
ticket, yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, what are they doing in there? What do they got? They got
all
diamond forks and spoons and knives and stuff. I mean, what are we? That's crazy.
$2 million suite. Super
20
Bowl.
people?
Let's see what comes up.
$2 million.
$2 million.
Hey, I was having a conversation earlier with like my daughter before I left, and I was sitting there at home watching The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. That Longest Yard, Burt Reynolds, and my daughter was like, those movies back in like the early 2000s, like they were really good. And I was like, yeah, that's before everything got crazy and people started being overly politically correct. And
Yeah.
The Burt Reynolds Longest Yard?
no, he was in the newer one with
Oh.
Adam Sandler
No,
and
the
Chris
original
Rock
was,
and all them.
when was that, in the 70s?
It was
Yeah,
Burt
so-
Reynolds though. Yeah,
Did that mean
the
John
Mean
Cena?
Machine.
Okay.
The old Mean Machine.
This is what you get. Excuse me. It's $2.5 million. Is the most expensive.
Do that math then, Mr. Wizard.
Super. All right, hold on. Let me get my calculator.
A calculator.
2.5 million divided by 20. That's just $125,000 a ticket. All right, this is what you get though. Classic souvenir popcorn as you walk in the door. Mouth-watering bacon-wrapped hot dogs. Barbecue burnt-in burritos. Glazed donut sundaes. Loaded carne asada fries. Seafood stuffed baked potatoes. Surf and turf nachos. Wagyu beef hot dogs, frozen cheesecake, and a full-service complimentary bar. The bartenders will also
Top
serve
shelf.
up signature cocktails with thoughtful touches like football-shaped ice cubes.
How sweet of them.
I got a heart-shaped chicken nugget in the regular bag of nuggets the other day.
We've got the best steak here,
pretty good.
executive
Pretty sweet,
chef
wasn't it?
Did
Sean
you get it on your
Kinoshita
plate or
told
did you give it to one of the girls?
I think I ate it.
But if there's only one heart, you can't separate that with two girls.
Yeah.
You got to eat it. I'm sure Julie probably wanted it.
VIP, you get 3 VIP parking passes, a VIP entrance experience, other private amenities, an in-suite or en-suite restroom, access to the 200 level club, and all the steak and lobster you can eat.
And before you leave, we'll send out a little old fella that looks at you and says, "Ha! Got you, sucker."
Look, if I've got enough money to spend $2.5 million on a Super Bowl suite, then y'all are
That's
we're
going to be up there where Taylor Swift is. She ain't worried about it.
Yeah, let's see what WSF.
What if Taylor Swift got the $2.5 million suite?
I'm sure she did. Sure, that's where she's going to be.
Y'all think she's landed from her Tokyo?
Oh, yeah, she's there. She's ready to
No,
go.
yeah, she landed today. She left early and got back
Yeah.
early.
She did.
Had
I
that
saw
show last night.
Multiple videos.
I'm
on
sure
TikTok.
somebody would know. I'm sure that's all people are talking about.
Yeah, you know
Well,
the NFL's loving it.
Oh, absolutely.
Saw the
I
Chiefs
wonder.
are gonna
Let's count tonight how many times that they pan to her. I wonder how many it's going to
So
be.
the Bills game, the Chiefs Bills game. You know how much screen time she got?
I'm curious. I'm going to say 7.5 minutes.
It was sub 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Sub 15 seconds, I believe. And that was it. Jason Kelsey got more screen time than she did.
He should have.
Yeah, he should.
He was shirtless.
Yeah.
And chugging beers.
Saw a guy like painted that. Like he said, I think Travis wanted it painted so he could have it, and some guy did it for him.
Actually,
Like painted,
that's freaking awesome.
painted a portrait of him like shirtless and celebrating.
Oh yeah, here's the article. The suite will hold 20 people, which comes out to $125,000 a ticket. Her boyfriend Travis Kelsey Travis did purchase the $2.5 million suite.
Oh, so she's gonna be in there.
So she's going to be in that specific suite.
Wow.
Who purchased it?
Travis Kelsey.
Now he plays for the Chiefs.
Chiefs. He's the tight end.
I bet it was like, hey, babe, I'm gonna tell everybody I'm buying this suite.
Yeah,
But can you send me a
she's
little
got-
bit
She
back?
got a lot more money.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a billion.
It's like, yeah, I just got to give you, the winnings or the money we took up from yesterday
In Tokyo.
yeah.
Wherever she was.
But I saw where the Kelsey brother that was at the game shirtless is somehow using that to raise money for some Bill's charity or something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Good for
The
him.
other day.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason
somehow.
Kelsey is a man of the people. He's
Jason,
a good dude.
well, his wife's awesome. She's a big supporter of the Philadelphia Eagles have an autism research foundation, and she does a lot with that. They both do for autism research.
Tell them stop giving them kids those vaccines when they're little babies.
Chronic disease, man.
It'll be all right.
It's an epidemic, according to Robert Kennedy Jr. So,
What's the thing about RFK?
He's definitely not his uncle or his daddy. In a good way.
In a good way.
But I mean, I can understand why somebody would not trust what the government told him if the government killed their entire family.
Yeah.
I would understand why he's
Yeah.
very distrustful of what the government says. So,
It's crazy, man.
and he makes some good points about chronic disease. Have you ever heard his whole spiel about how Americans, like chronic disease has increased by like 60% in children in America since the 60s?
It's true.
And, it's just a giant scheme to make for the pharmaceutical companies. to
Well,
make
when
money.
you pump your,
it makes sense.
When you pump your people of the country full of nonsense through their food, I mean that's what's happening to us.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
We eat we eat worse than dogs do.
Yeah.
It tastes better, but it ain't better for us.
Yeah.
Just
Inflammation, baby. Hypertension.
kills.
Yeah, he knows his stuff when it comes to the vaccines and all that.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
knowing everything else, I don't know, but he knows his stuff on
Well,
that.
I'm just saying, the vaccine stuff, I know of a couple that had a son many moons ago, and kid was fine, came out normal child, good little healthy baby, communicating, doing what little babies do, and they took him to go get his vaccines. Days later, fully autistic, and within days. 2-3 days. And it's been that way ever since. And it's happened to many people.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What's the one that's married to the Walt?
God,
It's on the show.
She
Jenny-
dated
Jenny-
Jenny.
Jenny.
She dated Jim Carrey for a while.
Yeah.
Because Jim Carrey did a lot of
He did a little bit of that with her, yeah.
fundraising for
Right.
autism research. God, what is her name?
She's on,
Donnie Wahlberg's
Yeah.
wife,
Yeah, Jenny. She used to. Never mind.
blonde,
Yeah.
hosted the thing with Ryan Seacrest on the New Year's thing. Jenny McCarthy.
McCarthy, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jenny
well,
McCarthy.
her kid, like she was, just, same thing happened to her. Healthy kid, go to vaccines, boom, autism.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's it's kind of insane. A lot of people say I'm on the spectrum.
I am.
I kind of believe them.
I am. Look at me. Hey, that's really. I just thought about Shane Gillis. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? He talks about he's got some spectrum through his family bloodlines. And
Yeah.
he says he's like, look at me, can't you tell?
I thought he was supposed to host Saturday Night Live.
I was supposed to. I think
he's
I don't.
supposed
So they showed another rerun last night, I think.
Well, probably because he did or said something and got in some hot water. I don't know.
Shocker.
Yeah.
So he didn't. So it's supposed to be this week.
I don't know.
I'm probably going to
sure
get
he's
canceled
gonna-
for saying I'm on the spectrum. But honestly, I mean,
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
17 hours ago, Shane Gillis is hosting SNL, and it's a controversial choice. Rolling Stone.
I hope they don't back out. Already backed down on him one time.
That's true.
He's a funny dude.
He is a funny dude.
How about, oh my gosh, that clip that pops up with him every once in a while? He'd be scrolling on whichever platform, and it's him on an airplane. And
Yeah, the skit that he did.
it's just so funny. And the attendant comes up to him and says, "Sir, I'm going to need you to decline and go, for safety purposes." He's like, "You want me to not recline for safety?" He's like, "What?" And then he's going back and forth with the guy, and he's like, "I'm going to have to go tell the pilot." "Oh, you're going to go tell the pilot that I'm back here relaxing. I'm sorry."
And then the plane goes down.
Yeah, and then the engines go out on the plane, and so all these, and then one engine goes out, and the pilot's like, "Sorry, people, we got one engine just went out on the plane. Don't be alarmed. We're gonna be just fine. Or these planes are made to run on one engine." And then all of a sudden, the other engine goes out, and he's like, comes back on. "Oh, this is the pilot speaking. You may want to call your loved ones." So everybody's on there panicking, and all these people are starting to call their significant others and stuff. "Oh, I love you," and then you hear Shane Gillis is over here, and he's calling some auto mechanic guy and just cussing him out, And he's like, "I'm going to come down there and whip your,
Whip your butt.
And then somebody hears him and they're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "I'm about to die." It's like, you can waste all the time you want calling all these people, telling them you love them, and then they get to hear you die on the phone, or you could tell people what you really think about them. There's a lot of people are left and right, calling people, "I hate you," and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, the plane's not going down anymore, levels back out, and the pilot comes back and is like, "Oh, looks like we're going to be okay." And all these people have called.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny, man.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It was some kind of skit comedy show he wrote after SNL didn't work out for him.
Job well done.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Him and one of his writing partners did that. But recommendations, by the way.
Shane Gillis.
You recommend?
No,
Shane
I
Gillis?
can't do that from a Christian mindset. I mean, I could laugh at stuff, but I ain't gonna recommend Shane because he's pretty dirty, But
He's fairly dirty.
yeah, I can't really recommend that. Come back to me. I'll get something in 3 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
You got anything?
The best book I've ever read.
He just pulls it out too. Straight to the camera.
Citizen Soldiers by Stephen Ambrose. And there wouldn't have been Band of Brothers if it hadn't been for Stephen Ambrose.
Yes.
Or the World War II museum.
I love books, man. The U.S. Army from the Normandy beaches to the Bulge to the surrender of Germany. So what's this book about?
It's about the U.S. Army from the Normandy beaches to the Bulge to the surrender of Germany. This is the book that flew out my back window when I wrecked my car, when I hydroplaned.
This specific book?
Well, no, I lost it. I never found it.
Oh.
I was taking it to my buddy
It's
to
like
read,
a
so
famous
I had to
crib.
buy another one. I never found it.
From June 7th, 1944, on the beaches of Normandy to the final battles of Germany, acclaimed historian Stephen E. Ambrose draws on hundreds of interviews and oral histories from men on both sides to write a compelling and comprehensive portrait of the citizen soldiers who made up the U.S. Army. Okay, so it's okay, gotcha. Sweet. And there's pictures.
Exercise and nutrition. That's my recommendation. Wake up in the morning, take a glass of water. And apparently this is supposed to be really good for you. You take the water, you drink it in your mouth hole, and you swish it around in your mouth. And apparently when you do that, it frees up a lot of the junk that's been building up in your mouth all night. You swallow it into your stomach, and apparently it's supposed to help your gut health and get you kind of.
So just drink a glass of water.
Well, you got to swish around the junk in your mouth,
Right when you get up, do that?
Yeah.
Switch it around, swallow.
Well, you want to drink
Special
water.
sweets.
When you drink water in the morning, it helps activate your organs, right? It helps get everything going in the right way. You need to do that anyway, but go ahead and swish it around and swallow the junk out of your mouth. Don't swish it around and spit it in the sink. Swish it around.
First thing in the morning, before you brush your teeth and all that kind of stuff.
Apparently, it's supposed to balance your gut health. Helps everything level out. From what I've heard from doctors or holistic doctors that know what they're talking about. But yeah, that's good. That's really good. Going on walks.
There have been brain scan studies
pace.
that have proven your mind activates significantly. There are regions of your brain that activate significantly more when you walk versus when you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just getting your body going. Your juices are flowing. Your veins, engorge, and everything just kind of goes in the way it's supposed to.
That was over 20 years ago when I read this. So I guess I need to read it again.
wild.
I guess because this is the one that it just flew. I just boom. I don't know where it went. Hydroplane and wrecked. Hit
Okay,
that tree.
if you're
back
wondering-
window was busted out.
you're
This was in the. It was just gone. It wasn't in the car.
If you're,
Of course, I was knocked down.
if you're wondering what he's talking about, subscribe to Lens Plus and listen to the bonus episode where he discusses that accident specifically in detail. And you get to hear the funny stories and the intricacies, because that is an actual. I mean, even though he did crash, there's some funny components to that story that will make you laugh out loud. It's really funny. My recommendation is Masters of the Air, the new World War II series on Apple TV Plus with Austin Butler and Callum Turner. Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks that did Band of Brothers in the Pacific. They're behind it. It's got the same feel, but it's a completely different phase of the war. It's the air campaign, bombing campaigns over Germany. It's really, really awesome. And Europe, it's really, really awesome. And, you know, learning a lot about the war from that perspective. So it's really cool, really entertaining, really exciting and thrilling. Air battles are good. So that's my recommendation.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
A picture of U.S. troops on the Autobahn, I think.
I think those are German POWs.
German POWs. I hadn't got my glasses on.
That's a long walk.
It's a long walk.
No speed limit, though. You can walk as fast as you want. Yeah, good.
Still get
He
tickets.
misses Clint. Guys, thank you for subscribing, following the podcast, listening to us. Don't forget to subscribe on Lens Plus for all bonus episodes and bonus content. Follow us on all the social medias.
Couch change.
Couch Change, subscribe, like, follow, review, rate, all that good stuff. We appreciate you listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the latest episode of Talk or Go Home. For Mark, for David, for Clint, who's not here, I'm Nick. And don't forget, you can talk!
Or you can go home, right? Do it. Do it. We out. Out of here.
You're out of here.
Cowboys ain't easy to love. They're harder to hold.
Harder.
They'd rather give you a song than diamonds or gold.
Wow, you know the lyrics. That's good.
Here's a Willie Nelson part. You ready?
Yeah, sing it, baby.
Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him, he won't die young. He'll probably just ride away. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.